Speed, and we're celebrating yet another win for Michael Waltrip Racing, the second for David Reutimann. And owner Michael Waltrip is busily working in Iowa doing 2 races for Speed this weekend, and he is kind enough to join us now. And Mikey, we've been talking so far in this show about how it wasn't really that long ago that David Reutimann was standing on the pit lane in qualifying day and just having that gut-wrenching feeling about even making a race, and now here he is with 2 victories.
Yeah, his car owner was standing right beside him trying to make races as well. So I gave him a lot of support. He's done so many special things for our family, winning a truck race for my brother Daryl, winning in the Aaron's car in the Nationwide Series, getting the Coca-Cola 600 win for us. I love David Reutimann. I love what he's all about, and his family, Buzz, everybody. I'm so happy for them.
Mikey, when you put a team together, some people go for established drivers. You went for David Reutimann. How did you come about saying, hey, I'm going to hire this guy to drive my Cup car?
We just looked around and loved his attitude. You know, he wanted to race. He didn't care what we paid him. He didn't care what we asked him to do. Just let him race. And he was a perfect fit for Aaron's. You know, I had driven the Aaron's car for 7 or 8 years, and we had established a really good relationship with those folks. And I told him, I said, I promise you, David will continue to do that kind of job for you. They accepted him, and it made for a great choice for our organization. And just to know him today, he's exactly the same dude as he was 4 or 5 years ago when we hired him, and to see him celebrate a win like tonight, you know, his first one, there's an asterisk by it somewhat, and every time someone would mention it, you'd see that look on his face, how he always goes, you know, you look like Stevie Wonder. But tonight he's able to smile because he jumped on him and he won the race in dominating fashion at the end.
Michael, you talk about your organization, and tonight, I mean, David Reutimann won the race, but your 56 car also ran very well. I mean, and you talk about your structure. Bobby Kennedy, I saw him in Victory Lane, Ty Norris, Cal Wells. This whole Michael Waltrip organization is starting to really show some muscle.
Well, Steve Hallam, Nick Hughes, the crew chiefs, everybody at MWR just works so well together, Jeff. I think if you came by the shop, you would see just a wonderful atmosphere. It's a great place to work. People enjoy working there. When I started Michael Waltrip Racing, I wanted it to be built in the shadow of the way that Dale Earnhardt built Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. You know, when I went to drive for Dale, he would walk around the shop, and I could just see it in people's eyes. They were like, we want to build cars for Dale Earnhardt because that's the man. He's Dale. We want to make sure his cars are better than other people's. And, you know, I think the guys and girls that work at MWR know the commitment that I've made. I've raced for 25 years, and everything I got is right there in those 4 walls in Cornelius. And so they've made it really they're striving to make MWR the best team in the garage area, and I think we're making some good ground. Obviously, tonight was a great night. Happy birthday to Charlie Loudermilk. He owns Aaron's. He's the guy that has made this team, helped us build this team, so today's his birthday. Tums was on the car tonight. I must have ate about a jar of those things those last 30 or 40 laps while I was watching Dave. You ought to have seen all the stuff I was doing. I was popping Tums, trying to call an ARCA race here in Iowa, and then watching David on the TV as well. It was crazy over here. I don't even know why I'm here. I should be there, but I love speed. They asked me to come over to Iowa, and, man, this place is beautiful, and I'm all wound up, as you can tell.
Yeah, but that's good, Mikey. That's awesome. You know, hey, as a race car driver, we always want the most horsepower we can get.
Them.
So this week, you know, everybody was talking about the Toyota horsepower. Can you tell us what transpired? What was that all about, and where did we find the horsepower for this winter tonight?
Well, we've been a little bit off, but, man, we've been working hard. We had some trouble early in the season, and Toyota regrouped. They said, we'll have you some power by Indy. We said we need it by Chicago, and they come up with a solution to gain us some horsepower, and tonight it obviously paid off. We still have a long way to go with our cars. They're not great everywhere, obviously. I think Toyota still has some ground they need to make under the hood, but when you have a really, really good driving race car, a great driver like David Reutimann, and then a motor that is better than what you're used to, sometimes that's just what you need to get yourself over the top.
Mikey, thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight. Congratulations on a great team victory. And we everybody that star or not, that is win number 2 for this car and your organization.
Can I say yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm there with you.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks to Michael Waltrip for joining us, and congratulations to that team once again. When we come back, we will talk about the trouble for the number 48 team. 4 times, had about 4 spins tonight, and it was tough.